Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground with Lisa Eve. Hi, I am Lisa Eve, here to help you reconnect with your inner wisdom, heal your heart, and live with more love and joy. Life isn't always easy, but what if it could feel lighter, more playful, and more you? In each episode, I'll share real talk, soul insight, and messages I'm guided to deliver. These are reminders of your power, your worth, and your ability to grow through anything. We'll explore self-love, spiritual connection, healing, and ways to bring more love into your everyday life. So let's take a breath, open your heart, and let's begin. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? Hopefully you're alive. You woke up this morning. It's a great place to start, that we are alive. So when people ask me how I'm doing, I tell them I'm alive. And some people are like, oh, what happened? But really, the truth is that's your baseline. If you woke up this morning, you're alive. And what a great way to start the day or the night or whenever it is that you're waking up, that you can say, I woke up. Today's episode is talking about wellness travel. And I have traveled to over 40 countries across 6 continents. And I've been traveling from as long as I can remember. I've always loved to travel since I was a child. And that probably has to do with my Sagittarius rising. And I'm also a Life Path 5. And if you don't understand what that is, please Google it, look it up. And so I have always had an adventurous spirit, and I want to see the world. I want to go places, and I want to meet new people, and I want to see what else is out there in the world. And of course, right now, we're dealing with some heavy world events. And let's start with the hand on heart exercise so that we can ground a little bit and just remember that we're here, that we are alive. So just put whichever hand you want on your heart. And if you don't have hands, because I acknowledge that there are people in this world who may not look like you and I, but we were all born with love. So however you're able to tune into your heart, even if you have a pacemaker, just remember who you truly are. And let's start with our eyes closed, if it's safe for you to do so. And we're going to take 3 breaths here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes. When I'm looking to the left or the right, I don't know how it shows up on your screen, but when I'm looking off screen and not in the camera, I'm looking out to this view that I have here. I just want you to know that I'm still with you. I'm also taking in the beauty of what surrounds me and being grateful for my eyesight is one of the ways that I'm waking up feeling blessed in my life. because over the last few years, my eyes have changed. And when you age, even though we can still age and feel young inside, our bodies are changing all the time. And it is sometimes uncomfortable to recognize that once we've felt comfortable with ourselves at a certain stage in our lives, then our bodies change again. And I know I've witnessed that with myself as I went through menopause early and I didn't know what was going on. And so I had all these new challenges to overcome in my body. And it's like as soon as I felt comfortable and secure with who I was or how I looked, then something shifted. And I don't feel like we really talk about this with our friends about how our bodies change as we age. And it can be confronting and frustrating. And especially if you've ever dealt with a lot of issues in your life, like you've had chronic pain or fatigue or anything that has been long-standing, it can be quite frustrating because all you want to do is live. All you want to do is enjoy life. All you want to do is be happy. And unfortunately, many times in this life, because of our soul growth and our soul's path for learning lessons, we don't always have it easy. And so for that, it can feel like a challenge to overcome. And that brings me to the title of today's episode, Wellness Travel. And as I mentioned, that I have traveled extensively. I mean, I love to do it. And what I learned though, it was while I was living on Maui, just a short story to share with you. Um, I was living on Maui, my dream destination to live in Hawaii since I was a little girl. And I really wanted to prove that I deserved to be on Maui. I opened an office there. I did readings on the local FM radio stations, live readings on air. And I felt like I needed to earn my place there. So I was working very hard. Like, I never went to the beach while I was living there. I mean, maybe like once or twice in 6 months because I was so focused on I have to make myself a success. I have to show everyone that I can do this, that I am real, that I am here to help people. And I mean, and it was just that like the way that I was doing what I felt like I needed to do to prove myself constantly sent me into burnout. And proving myself was not just for people in Hawaii, it was for my family, it was for my friends, it was for myself. It was like, I felt like, what is success, right? What is, what does this success mean for us? And unfortunately, it's been marketed like we have to push ourselves to be a success, hustle and grinding all the time. And I mean, like we're wearing that as like a badge now, how we are proud of our hustle. And I think that's okay. Like I feel like if it works for you, if it works for your body type, if it works for your system, for you to hustle, then do that. But if it does not, then you need to take a break. And so for me, I was hustling so much that I was constantly going into burnout. And so I would like get to a point where I had to stop. Like I cannot push myself anymore. So I started taking trips specifically to locations that had spas or wellness facilities where I could restore my energy flow and my body. And so that's what led me to travel around the world and stay in all these beautiful places that I thought could help me. Well, what I realized at the end of the day is that what was helping me was to learn what my body needed. And so there are places that I would go to where there were schedules packed with activities. Like we're going to give you your money's worth by giving you, let's say, we're going to have you scheduled for a massage every day. And we're also going to do hiking. And we're also going to do sound bowls and, like making sure that you got your money's worth. But in actuality, it was like overstressing my body that was already stressed. Like it didn't feel relaxing. So unfortunately for me, like I didn't get my money's worth because I took activities out. I took some treatments out and I started to find what worked for me. And you'll need to find what works for you. That's why I don't think that wellness hotels are all that they could be. Some of them are a little bit hyped up. And also, I feel like because of COVID, everyone is a little bit more serious about taking care of themselves, maybe differently, like how many people work from home and realize like, this is so much nicer. Like, or you had more time to spend outside, and how nice was that? And I feel like even though a lot of people died during COVID, it also helped to wake people up to what's maybe more important for them in their lives at this time. And now we're going through another cycle where we are being asked to wake up and find out what works for us. And also, what feels aligned for our bodies so that we're not always pushing ourselves to prove ourselves. And we are taking really good care even when we travel. And like I said, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of hotels started to market themselves because as wellness hotels or wellness, they started to build out their hotels with wellness facilities and spa facilities because it was now being marketed as something, oh, people are going to pay money for this. And not everybody, though, who's building these facilities understands really what wellness is for each individual. Like, you don't want to just be a guest who's passing through, like you're like a number in the hospital, like you're just a patient, another patient. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be treated as that. You know, you want to hopefully have therapists who are intuitive and understand that their work is not just about performing something that they learned and it's just another body coming through and they are just doing what they were taught, like a basic massage, for example. You want to like really find out who aligns with you and also there are massage therapists that are burned out, maybe they're working really hard to make ends meet and they're doing what they're told and they're booked back to back, which I don't feel like is healthy either. Like we all need breaks. And especially in the hotel industry, like you have your high season and your low season. It's good that you have a low season because you need a break. And so when you are looking for wellness in the world, when you want to travel somewhere to a beautiful spa or a beautiful resort that offers health and wellness facilities, make sure that it aligns with you and what you specifically need. And maybe you don't even know what that is because you're still trying to find ways to heal yourself. Yet, this is why the journey begins within. So with that, we're going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Thank you and stay tuned.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Pat. I'm the host of the Dr. Pat Show, and I am the creator of the Transformation Network, doing what we do in the world of positive radio, informed, educated, positive media. Independent radio hosts and independent networks have been the face of positive messaging over the past decade. So all of us here have decided we're going to put together an independent network that is going to enable people to bring their positive message of hope, inspiration, and conscious action to the forefront. Help us create a future of amazing, uplifting stories that can be told so we can tell our children and they can tell their children of what hope and conscious action is all about.
I want to thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Looking for more love, joy, and purpose in your life? Lisa Eve is here to guide you. Through intuitive support, healing, and soulful travel, she empowers you to embrace self-love as the key to happiness. Explore her book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available on Amazon. And find daily inspiration at thehappychannel.com. Start living your most radiant, joy-filled life today. And we're back. Yay. So I was just talking with my team up there, and we're going to do a quick, I don't know how quick it's going to be, but we're going to do a quick meditation. Again, because we're all going through something. And I just feel like even if we can live great lives wherever we are, especially if we're not in a war zone right now, we still feel maybe some empathy for people who are in that area. Like we're all connected. We're all here to help each other. We're all here to, well, in some way want us all to succeed. We all want each other to succeed, even if that doesn't feel like the case at times. Maybe we have resentment towards people, yet we are learning and we're growing and we are evolving on our paths and on our journey. And we're all living in this time for a reason. We're all here to share and, in a way, devote ourselves to ourselves so that we can be the best that we can be for ourselves and for others. So when someone needs our help, we have the energy to give them the help that they need. And so we are just going to do a quick meditation so that you can reconnect with who you are. So if you would be able to and don't mind, please close your eyes and you can put your hand on your heart if you'd like. And if not, you can put your hand wherever it feels comfortable, like if it's resting on your lap. And again, just tune in though to your body. Just like what I mean when I say tune in, listen for your heartbeat. Or just listen to what's going on around you. Whether you're somewhere noisy or quiet. Do you hear birds? Do you hear waves? Do you hear sirens? And you can breathe any which way that feels comfortable for you. However helps you, to feel the most relaxed. And just listen. Okay, excuse me. Now, place your attention on your brain. Your brain is functioning to somehow keep it all together. Your mind may be racing, but your brain is flowing. Blood is moving. Cells are flowing. Everything is working cohesively with the organs in your body. Take a big breath here in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just blow as much as you can. Blow hard. And just release whatever you're overanalyzing and thinking about that may feel heavy. You might be feeling very heavy right now. So let's just take another inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth and blow. Great. Now let's move your attention to your ears. Your ears that pick up sound, that help you hear your loved ones. Maybe your dog, your pets. Your ears that can help you hear love in the universe. I would invite you to maybe turn off alarms that you have. If you're not in a war zone, some of you have very loud, can be frightening to your nervous system alarms. And if you could just soften them a little bit, like when you wake up in the morning. I know it might be the only thing that you feel like can wake you up, but I promise you there are other sounds that can do the same. So let's just give gratitude for our ears that can hear things. Maybe when we hear certain things, it's an alert, helps us act fast. Other times, it's just hearing, I love you, and how soothing that is for our nervous systems. Let's move down to our lungs. Our lungs that help us to breathe air, to take in oxygen, to nourish our bodies. While there may be many contaminants in the air these days, your lungs are still working to keep you alive. You're still breathing. somehow our bodies know how to adjust to the circumstances we are living in. It may not always feel like that. And you're right to be angry about it as well. And right now in this moment, just give thanks for your lungs. And if you feel some anger, let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a big blow. Now we're going to go down to our pelvic region. And if you feel comfortable to do so, you can put your hand below your belly button and just say thank you. That's all I want you to do is just say thank you. And just keep breathing. You can say thank you as many times as you'd like. We're just acknowledging our bodies for carrying us through as long as we have been living to this point. And we want to continue to live with gratitude for our bodies that carry us through life. And if you have your feet and your ankles and your knees and your hips and your arms and your shoulders and your neck, it's all something to be grateful for. Your body is carrying you through life. It will adjust. It will carry you forward. You just need to trust it. You just need to thank it once in a while. Believe in it. Believe that it will help you. You're alive till this day. Be grateful for that. Thank your body for carrying you this length of time. And just a quick reminder, you are loved. You are lovable. And your body loves you and it wants you to succeed in this lifetime. It wants to help you. So anytime you feel like something is not right with your body, just say, I hear you. I will find a way to help you. One day, even if it's not today, because your body will keep telling you that it needs help. So we're just going to let it know right now that we hear it. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe smile, because I notice that whenever I smile, my body relaxes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Hopefully you feel peaceful, a little bit more softened in your body, a little bit more coherent. I'm just staying with you right now. Just acknowledging you for how far you've come in this life, in this lifetime, in this journey. And your body will always tell you what it needs, even if we don't want to listen, even if we think we can power through things. Your body at some point will just time out. It will. Last night I was overanalyzing. I've also overanalyzed in the past. And even, like I said, hustling, working to burnout, there's just a certain point where our bodies will, like my brain, I've had moments where my brain, it just stops. Like I cannot compute anymore. I literally cannot move. It feels like I'm having a stroke. My face freezes. Yes. And now I can't go that far anymore because who wants to feel that way? So if you are feeling like you're at your end, you're likely not at your end. You just need to stop doing what you're doing. You just need to give your body a break. And we're not saying break, we're saying let's time out, let's nurture ourselves. And this is why when we are considering wellness travel, it's not about the flashy marketing. It's not about all the new hyped up machines that can fix you, okay? There's nothing that can fix you better than yourself. And technically, we don't need fixing. We don't need to fix ourselves. We just need to listen to ourselves. We're technically not broken, right? Even if you have a broken bone, you just have a broken bone and you will heal. Your body will know how to heal itself, repair itself, as long as you give it the nurturing and care and the time that it needs. So last month, where are we in? We're in March 12th, yes. So towards the middle end of last month, no, it was in February, I had the flu, whatever the new flu thing that was going around, I had that. And I've never felt worse in my life. I mean, I've had a heart attack before, so that was pretty bad. But whatever this new strain thing that is in the world right now, I felt awful. And it's taken me about 6 weeks to heal from that. But what I liked about this experience was that it forced me to time out. Okay, sometimes that might not be a good thing depending on what that timeout feels like. For me, I had a high fever for a week, excuse me, and I had to rest. Excuse me for a moment. I don't mean to show you my eyeball like that. I just felt something in my eye. So I was sleeping deeply, like I haven't slept in a long time. I was really grateful for that. I didn't enjoy having a high fever for a week, but I did enjoy resting. I did enjoy not working. So there are ways in which we might become ill as a way to reset ourselves, to remind us of what's important in our lives. And all I did was, watch movies and sleep during that time. And I also had laryngitis, which is why my voice might sound a little bit funny or different these last few episodes, because I've never had laryngitis before, and my voice is, I guess, recalibrating now after. And when we were doing the quick little meditation, I was so grateful for my lungs to keep me alive, to keep me breathing. So because I had a little bit of a cough, and if you've had this, whatever this strain thing is, you know what I'm talking about. But someone close to me, very helpful, let me know that there were some drops, like little organic drops I could take to help me heal my lungs, my respiratory system. And that's really helped. And I will probably drop a link if you need that in my reflection blog post. I digress though. My point is that if we get colds or we get sick in the middle of what feels like not good timing, if we injure ourselves, it's usually an opportunity for us to refocus on ourselves. It's the alignment that we need to focus on at that time. Like, oh, I'm out of alignment. I need to come back into alignment. So rather than judge or get angry when we get ill, even if it's not fun, we can still look at it as an opportunity to reset and renew. And especially since we are in Mercury retrograde right now, and if you don't know what that is, just look it up. You can Google it. I would say like it's the perfect time right now, wherever you are in the world, to tune back within, to renew, reset, to review. It's all the REs beforehand. It's more like looking back over our lives, checking in on, well, I wanted to do this a while ago. Does that still feel truthful for me now? And just remind yourself that it's okay to be where you are, like what you're dealing with. Especially ladies, if you're going through menopause right now and the hot flashes, it's not fun, but it's your body preparing you for something. It's your body saying, I got you, we're going to work through this together and we'll get through it. It's not fun, but you're being reset, renewed for a different stage in your life. And even though sometimes we might feel like aging is not fun, it's not something we want to do, especially when we see ourselves older and we see how our bodies have changed, there's still so much to be grateful for because we're still alive. So coming back to wellness travel, I'm just going to take a quick look at my notes because I feel like there are great hotels in the industry that provide excellent wellness services depending on where you are in your journey. I just want to inform you, though, that wellness is not just fitness, like exercising every day. Your body might not be able to handle going to the gym 5 days a week. And you might align with different exercises that align for your body. So I don't want you to feel pressured by what you read in the magazines or what you're seeing on YouTube, who's telling you, you have to do this to stay healthy throughout your life because that's what worked for them. But they're giving you tips of what worked for them, and maybe it will help you too. And for me, like I prefer to walk. That's my form of like movement. I like to walk. I like qigong. Um, I like free weights. I like some light stretching and yoga. Like I can't handle vinyasa. I can do hatha yoga though, or yin yoga. So finding what works for you is going to continue to help you succeed with your body realignment and alignment. So this is why wellness travel has been marketed. People like started to want to bank on it as a marketing ploy, like, oh, all these people out of COVID, they want to heal themselves. So let's build these facilities and let's market ourselves so we can make the money too. And they're not all authentic and they don't all know really what wellness is. And that's why you need to really look out for your body. You need to check in with yourself about what works for you. And after staying at all these different places, which again, I will put into my reflection blog post for this episode on thehappychannel.com, I feel like there are places that you can go that could help you learn about yourself And there are places that you could go that could really mess you up. And that's why listening to your intuition is so important. Excuse me. Listening to what you need and what your body needs is so important. And so developing your intuition, and when I say intuition, I mean whether it's a gut feeling, whether it's a soft, nurturing, kind voice that you hear inside of yourself. And I need to clarify that because a lot of us have voices that are not that. You yourself, your higher self, we all have a higher self with us. You have a spirit team guiding you. When you're ready to evolve on that path, you will. And somehow, wherever you are at this point in your life, something led you there. It could be intuition. So if you have an inner voice that speaks to you harshly, it's not in alignment for you. Okay, that's not your intuition. Your intuition is going to be usually guiding. It might have a firm guidance, but it's not going to be a harsh or a like you feel, it's just so you know, like you can listen to the voice inside your head as long as it's kind and nurturing. But you also might have gut feelings. You might have dreams. You could have visions of things. Even you might see spirit or ghosts. Yes, a lot of us have these gifts, but we don't acknowledge them because we're afraid to, or we don't have someone to talk to about these things and we're afraid of what they might say. But I just want you to know, like, we all have gifts. So however you listen to your intuition or however you feel like your intuition works for you, let's fine tune that. Just start listening. Just start responding to what feels right, what feels aligned when you receive like that intuitive hit or whatever that feeling is. Just go with it because you don't want to overspend on places that claim that they can help you heal. And they really can't because your body's unique. And it's not a one size fits all when you go to these places. So just remind yourself that you can trust yourself too. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just gonna put on my glasses here. Read my notes. Okay. So, as a reminder, wellness is more than spa services. Massage can be great because it moves stuff in your body. And yet you still want to not just do a generic massage. You want to make sure that when you're reading the menu, that the service feels like, yes, I want that. Not just what they suggest for you. And there should never ever be a charge for forest bathing or being in nature. You can have a guide, and maybe you're paying for the guide to walk you through and show you how to be in nature. But honestly, just walk in nature. And like, if it works for you, if you feel like you want the guidance, go for the guidance. I just am saying, like, if there's a high charge for walking through the forest and being with nature, you know, do you? Because you can just walk out of your door and go to the forest. You could just go to the trees. You could just hug a tree. You can look up at a tree. You can put your hands on the tree and breathe. Put your hands down on the ground and breathe. Just like allow the warmth of the earth to penetrate your body. You don't have to pay someone to do that. So travel is also both an inner and outer experience, because as we travel out in the world, we are also traveling within, because we're learning new things about ourselves. And everything starts from within. Listening to the body becomes the compass. So you may be guided to go certain places in the world, and when it feels like it's in alignment for you, you'll know. So that's how your body is the compass. I want to also remind you that traveling alone doesn't have to be scary. I've been traveling solo for more than a decade. When you travel by yourself, you're able to listen more deeply to yourself and what you need. You might feel lonely at times if you're used to traveling with others. It might be like really quiet, too quiet, like I need someone here with me. But it's an opportunity for you to be with yourself and learn about yourself and love yourself again, the way maybe other people like having you around, or maybe your caretakers growing up cared for you. It's time for you to give that back to yourself. So if you're feeling like, I want to heal my body, or I want to go on a retreat or something like that, take that time maybe to do that for yourself, by yourself. And you'll meet people anyway. You'll meet people on the journey. So you're never actually alone. And I encourage solo travel, because even though when I go somewhere new, I still have that little anxiety, maybe a little bit of anticipation and excitement. When I get to wherever I'm going, it's like taking our first steps in the world, right? How exciting that was. We probably don't remember, but when we finally were able to walk, take our first steps, and it may have been hard to get to that point, or like, but we wanted to do it, right? We see everyone else doing it, we want to walk. So what I'm saying with solo travel is, once you do it the first time, you'll see maybe it's not for you, but maybe it is for you. Maybe you feel really free. So I encourage you, if that resonates for you, to go for it. If you're thinking about traveling solo, take the chance and go for it. For me, the reason why I decided to travel solo is because I was tired of waiting for people to be ready to travel the world with me. I just wanted to go out and see the world, being the satirizing that I am. So it's gonna be okay. And if anything were to happen in a location where you were technically alone, you could always ask someone for help. And people are willing to help you when you travel by yourself. There's always people available to help you, even if you're home by yourself. Again, when you go places that have, let's say you go on a retreat, it's a fitness retreat or yoga retreat or any type of retreat where you feel like, oh, that's going to be really good for me. And then you get there and the activities are like jam-packed, one after the other. That might not be nourishing for your body. Like, you might need more rest. There are plenty of people who need the daily activity. That's how they burn off their energy. That's how they move through their energy. And yet, you, though, might not need that. Like, you might need to take a day off in between activities. So honor that for yourself. And there might be like a FOMO, like, oh no, like, what am I gonna miss? But what if you push yourself and your body says, can't do that, and then you end up missing the rest of the week? So why not just allow yourself the privilege, the honor your body, and say, you know what, I need to take today off, or like, I want to join, but my body is just saying I can't, and it's okay. Speak up for yourself. Like, that's you honoring your body and yourself and your self-awareness. So again, what becomes good for you, you will learn. I've said this many times before, that whether you do or you don't do something, you'll learn something about yourself. So with all of my journeys to all the health resorts in the world, they helped me to learn something about myself. And some of the things that I took away and, implemented for me in real life at home. I mean, it's all real life, right? But I have implemented some things and other things I haven't. And it's all here to just help us somehow, some way. I'm just here to remind you that when we are always looking external for something to fix us, that's not always the journey home to our hearts or to our bodies, even if we do learn something. I'm just here to say, listen to yourself, trust yourself, acknowledge yourself from time to time about how far you've come. And you will also know at a certain point what resonates and what doesn't. And wherever you're on the journey is okay. You're learning about yourself. And wherever we travel, caring for our body and nervous system is part of the journey. So you have a path, and maybe you are someone who is amazing in fitness. Maybe you lead fitness retreats. And people will sign up because that's what they want or need to. Like, there's something for everybody in this lifetime and in this world. There's something for everybody. So you just continue to look after yourself and go towards what you feel excited about. Go towards what you feel like is in alignment for you. I would say if someone's pushing you, like let's say you have a friend who wants to go do a fitness retreat and you're like, I don't know about that for me, then honor that. Don't feel pressured to do something that feels out of alignment for you. Listening to your body is loving your body. And where you decide and how you decide to provide wellness for yourself is part of your journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. I appreciate you. I love you. And until next time, choose love for yourself, and choose yourself while loving yourself. Thank you so much. It was so fun. And I'll see you another time. I'm Lisa Eve. Thank you for listening to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground, airing every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Remember, self-love is the foundation of your happiness, so take one small step today to nurture your beautiful self. To go deeper on your healing and self-discovery journey, pick up my book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available now on Amazon. And for daily inspiration and uplifting content, visit thehappychannel.com. Until next time, keep your heart open, walk your path with love, and never forget, you have the power to heal.